Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is, believe it or not, session 17 of Relead, 17 of 18. We've been doing these for 17 weeks now. So we've covered quite a bit. We've gone through putting together a strong value proposition. We've put together a strong business plan, how to promote your value proposition, how to coach agents, how to hold agents accountable, how to recruit, how to make recruiting calls, what your recruiting marketing looks like, what your recruiting presentation looks like, what the business plan for agents should look like. We've been through a lot together. We've been through COVID together. If you remember the first 8 or 9 sessions we did in the middle of shelter in place. So we've been through a lot together, and it's hard to believe we've got just 2 more weeks left, including today. So this is our second to last session, and this is a fun one because today's session, we're going to dig into putting together and delivering a powerful sales meeting. So let me grab my notes here from our actual last sales meeting. See, one of the things that I know you're probably saying, Jeff, you say that all the time. You say that all the time, Jeff. That's like your MO. Well, I'm constantly sharing information with you, the same information that I've shared with our team. So if anybody's watching this video in my office, can't find it, I'm looking for our sales meeting agenda because that's something I promised I would share. So for our staff that's watching this or can hear me, please bring in our sales meeting agenda because I'm going to cover that in a second as well. I'm always looking to share with you the exact same things that we're doing. And of course, most of it, as you know, is at no cost. Okay, so let's jump in. So first things first, I want to make sure you're aware. We just got these dropped off today. In fact, I'm going to go to the press, make sure that all 25,000 of these are accounted for. What am I talking about? You probably guessed it. The new Glover Gazette is out and ready to go. So 50 pages of totally free content, a lot of post-COVID stuff, a lot of business planning stuff, interviews with agents from around the country, great tips on how to grow your business. We send this out for free. 25,000 of these are going out. You want to get your hands on one. What I would tell you is if you already receive one, meaning if you've already received one in the mail, you don't have to do anything. You're going to get one. But if you don't already subscribe to our Glover Gazette, it's a free subscription. You can go to gloveru.com/Gazette. gloveru.com/Gazette. These are going in the mail today. I'm going to the printer to make sure all 25,000 are accounted for, and these are dropping in the U.S. mail today. So gloveru.com/Gazette if you want your free copy. We're super excited about this edition. A lot of thought and time and energy go into those. Okay, so also, I know many of you have signed up. We've got over 100 people registered for the sales program that we're doing, the SLS program, sales skills, lead generation, and systems and models. That kicks off on July the 6th, the first Monday after the 4th of July. Why did we pick that start? Because we want it to give you a boost into the second half of the year. A lot of people that are signing up are saying they're doing it so they can get extra accountability and coaching during the week because it's 2 sessions a week for 45 minutes where I'm sharing our entire sales system from start to finish. But that's not why you're here. If you want to check that out, you can go to gloveru.com/SLS. It's $99. It's our cheapest program. Okay, so let's jump into the topic of delivering a powerful sales meeting. So this one's a fun one for me, and I wanted to save this one particularly for last because at this point, if you think about it, you put together your business plan, you put together your value proposition. We covered that in deep detail. You put together your mission, your vision, your values, your beliefs. You put together a recruiting plan. You got agents that are working with you. We went through retention strategies. And by the way, this is a retention strategy as well. So now you've got everyone together, and guys, we're going to have our first ever team meeting. We're going to have our first ever sales meeting. Now, I know we've got a lot of brokers owners on this from around the country. We've got a lot of salespeople that are leading teams from different parts of the country and different brokerages. So you might be saying, Jeff, we've already got a great sales meeting. I think I got a good sales meeting. Now, here's the deal. Chances are you might be putting on some pretty kick-ass sales meetings. Excuse my language. My goal with today is to give you something that you can add to that, give you something you can add to your agenda to make it just a little bit better. So I've got some great thoughts on what to do, what not to do. I said I was going to share the 3 keys to a great sales meeting. I got that. And I also have the exact agenda to our last sales meeting as a team. JGA, as you know, if you don't know, if it's your first time on, we lead a team here in Michigan, Detroit, and Grand Rapids. We do nearly 1,000 transactions a year, and I'm on the ground with you taking listings every single day. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. First thing I want you to write down, most of you have been with us now for 17 weeks, so you have your Relead workbook. Open up your Relead workbook to a clean page, or open up a Word document, or use a yellow pad like I like to use, and let's go ahead and follow along. So I wrote down maybe 7 or 10 values of a strong sales meeting. The reason why. Now, I'm going to share these with you because we actually have some people out there that say, you don't have to do sales meetings anymore. Just send an email. You don't have to do sales meetings anymore. Just post it in the Facebook group. Just do this, or you can go live from time to time, or you can put on a training class. This is the value of a sales meeting. Ready? Watch. Recruiting, number 1. Number 2, retention. Number 3, recognition. Oh my gosh, one of the greatest motivators in life of all people. Agents would rather get trophies and make $50,000 than make $100,000 and get no trophies. Trust me, that is a reality. This is a perfect opportunity to appeal to the need of recognition. Training. If you're putting on a sales meeting, you should almost look at your sales meeting as a training opportunity. Okay, these are the benefits to you as a business owner, the value of a strong sales meeting. Recruiting, retention, recognition of your salespeople, training, culture and camaraderie, getting everyone together, feeling good, interaction, right? I know that most states you're now able to put on some type of meeting again. Getting people back together creates that culture and camaraderie. We just had our first in-person sales meeting last week. Our state allows up to 50 people, so we put on a meeting. Synergy, value of a strong meeting, making sure people understand procedures and how you want things done. It breeds a healthy competition. I see it all the time with our team. After a sales meeting, there's always a little, going back and forth or giving each other a hard time, depending on the awards that they won or their progress. It breeds that healthy competition. It gives us a sense of belonging. And most importantly, above all, a great sales meeting is motivating. All right. So that is the value of a strong sales meeting. Now, I'm going to share with you a sample agenda, and then we're going to talk about what not to do. And I'm going to give you some 3 keys for success. All right. So let me just share with you a sample agenda. All right. So this is the exact agenda from our last sales meeting. It says on there Wednesday, June 17th in Green Oak Township. This is the exact agenda. I'm going to share it with you. Okay. Your agenda should include the following. By the way, our agenda almost never changes. Now, there might be a few things that we add to the agenda, but our agenda almost never changes. Ready? So in the beginning, you have your vendor, okay? We're going to talk about that in a second. So vendor presentation, all right? So just write that down, starting that off, getting that out of the way, if you will, okay? Vendor presentation should go in the beginning for a couple reasons, and we'll talk about that in a second, okay? Next, you have welcome and congrats. As soon as the vendor presentations are done, you're welcoming new associates, you're congratulating, and you're passing out awards. You're maybe mentioning successes, big or small, that people have had. Speaking of awards, all right, monthly awards are great, but you should also talk about, hey, first closing, first buyer sale, first listing sold, any type of even activity type of award. So-and-so hit 50 contacts last week. Get that all out in the beginning and get as much recognition as you can to get the meeting started. All right, we do a month-over-month review. We then cover market stats, okay, month-over-month review. How our business is doing this month compared to last month. How our business is doing this month compared to last year at this time. Obviously, you can imagine that was an interesting one given we were going over May numbers in COVID. All right. A success panel. All right. We try to every meeting have 1 or 2 or 3 agents that are interviewed on something they did that was successful in the last month. Any sort of operations update, a marketing update, a legal update, and I have in parentheses, keep it light. Okay, operations, marketing, legal update, but keep it light. Watch this one, an innovative update, something that you're working on, or something that you're developing, or something that you're thinking about, or something that you're looking for their opinion on, something that's innovative. All right, that creates a great discussion. Okay, a training topic, some sort of topic, and we'll talk about how much time you designate to each one of these topics, some sort of topic that is a need right now. It can't just be, well, we haven't talked about open houses in a while. Let's just talk about open houses. No, it has to be based on what's happening right now. All right. If you have any, I have written down here a Live Unreal retreat update, right? Obviously, I know a lot of you have heard our retreat was moved to Chicago, so we shared the details of that. A contest update. Almost every sales meeting, we have some type of contest going on. We're talking about a contest update, upcoming events, and of course, finishing on tell me something great. All right. Now, when your business or your brokerage gets bigger than 50, you might have to do tell me something great a different way, because that activity by itself can take a long time. But we've been doing that for years. You always want to end the meeting on a high note. Everyone goes around and shares something personally related. All right, not business related, personal related that's going on in their life. That's great. Okay, that is just a sample. I know I went through it fast. We record. We're going to record this one. This one's going to get out, so you're going to get a copy of this. We don't record all of them, as you know. All right, now here's what you don't do in a sales meeting. I just shared with you a sample agenda. Here's what you don't do in a sales meeting. And I know many of you are guilty of this, so pay attention. All right, how do I know this? Because in my 18 years of working at brokerages like Century 21 and Coldwell Banker and Keller Williams, I've been in a lot of sales meetings. All right, here's what not to do. Let me get a swig of water. Here's what you don't do when you're running a successful meeting. Ready? You don't do needs and wants, okay? You don't do needs and wants. You don't go around and say, well, I got a property, I got a buyer that's looking for this, this, and this. Who has a seller that meets that? The needs and wants needs to be cut out of the sales meeting agenda. Do you know what my response is when people say, well, I got a horse farm and it's got 3 acres. If anybody has anybody, all right, if I have anybody, I'll check the MLS. Like, come on, we don't need to do those in sales meetings anymore. That's depressing and just fills time. Okay, legal updates. Try to avoid boring legal updates. Case studies are fun. All right, we have a manager of compliance in our company, and every time we put him on the agenda, I say, Tom Kotzian, great guy, mentor of mine, Tom, give us a legal update and share with us a case study. All right, people like to hear good, bad, right, or wrong when other realtors get in trouble. All right, so give us some case studies. If you're going to bring some law into the meeting, boring, depressing, whatever, give us some case studies that are interesting. I know a great Con Ed instructor that does that almost every time. Okay, what not to do: depressing subjects without solutions. All right, hey guys, this is what's going on. We're aware, we're working on it. Hey guys, this is what took place. We're aware, we're coming up with a solution. No, just don't talk about it at all until you have a solution. Do not share bad news unless you've got some sort of solution to share. That doesn't mean it needs to be solved. I just need to know that you have a plan to fix whatever the problem is. Housekeeping items. All right, housekeeping stuff can be done via email. Housekeeping stuff can be done in a Facebook group. We don't need to cover housekeeping. Hey guys, somebody's leaving the coffee pot on at night. Can you make sure you get that turned off? Whoever's leaving, whoever's in the office. No. Handle that stuff via email. That has no place in a powerful sales meeting agenda. Get it out of there. All right, what not to do, never talk on the same topic for more than 7 to 10 minutes. All right, if you have different guests, or maybe you're doing a training topic, no item on the agenda, no item on this agenda should be more than 7 to 10 minutes. You have about 7 to 10 minutes before you lose their interest. Changing topics or changing speakers is how you keep their interest, by the way. Little tip there. No more than 7 to 10 minutes on one topic. Okay, watch this. This is important. Listen up. I know a lot of you break this rule. Never have more than one vendor speak at a meeting. One exception to that rule: if they're a partner, or if they're in the office every day, they're a part of the family, they're a part of the company, that's a different story. You can go up to 2, all right? Never more than one outside vendor. I know a lot of you guys like to have outside vendors, because it keeps things interesting, keeps things light. They bring food for everybody. No, skip the food. We probably don't need any more junk food in the office right now anyways. No more than one vendor. Don't fill your meeting with vendors. It's most of their information the agents have heard before anyways. They just want to get on with the content, which, by the way, is why you start the meeting with the vendors, all right? You start the meeting with vendors, so we get that out right away. Don't get mad. That's just the truth, okay? Your top agents don't want to sit and listen to vendors. Now, if you're going to coddle to low producers, then fine. You'll just have an office of low producers, and if that's what you want, that's what you want. Okay, what not to do in a sales meeting: never start late or go over. Now, here's the deal. I understand a lot of times people are rushing in when the meetings are beginning. Okay, we have a rule: never, ever, ever under any circumstances. And I know I get crap for this all the time because, Jeff, well, what are you talking about? You're always late. Okay, fine. Never more than 5 minutes, all right? Give people a cushion, but you have to respect their time. I'd rather you not start late, and I certainly don't want you to go over. If you tell everyone 90 minutes, I'm sorry. You know, we actually had to do it. Hey guys, we actually had 2 more things on our agenda, but we're at the 90-minute period, so we're going to move these to our next meeting. Never go over. Respect people's time. Also, what not to do. Never give less than 2 weeks notice. A sales meeting is a big deal. It should take you a lot of time to prepare. It should take you 2 to 3 weeks to prepare. Never give less than 2 weeks notice on a sales meeting. All right, what not to do. Do not exceed the 10% rule. All right, in a real estate company. Never exceed the 10% rule in a real estate company. What is the 10% rule? No more than 10% of the week should be spent on meetings and functions. Very simple formula to follow in a real estate brokerage. No more than 10% should be spent in meetings or functions. What do I mean by that? Well, you know how this goes. Well, we got a happy hour Wednesday. We got a meeting on Thursday. We got this going on Friday morning, a broker caravan. Okay, 10% of the week, if someone works 50 hours, is 5 hours. Never have more than 4 to 5 hours of organized meetings in a particular week. Now, for some of you may be saying, holy crap, we don't even do 1 hour a week. Well, I would also argue that that's probably enough. If you look at the amount of time that we spend in meetings at our company with our firm, it's 3 to 5 hours a week. No more than 10% of your time should be spent in meetings during a week. What not to do. Never end a meeting on a bad note. Everyone always walks out on a high. You save your most exciting topic for last, all right? That's why if you always finish with, hey, tell me something great. Mary, tell me something great. Oh, my daughter just got married last weekend. Oh, let's hear it for Mary. Bob, tell me something great. Oh, well, Little League started up, right? Everyone goes in around a circle. Everyone starts on a high note. Everyone gets to know each other a little bit better, okay? Never use this language when you're hosting sales meetings. Never say things like, you guys, people, you need to, what I would do, all right? You guys, when you use that language, you're talking down. All right, I realize you're standing up and most people are sitting down, but do not use language that sounds like you're talking down. It's natural to do that because you're standing up, they're sitting down. You're the leader, they're the agents. No. It's always this. We, us, together, will, let's, we should, all of us. All right, I do not want to hear you say, you guys, people, you need to, what I would do. No. We're in this together. All right, get rid of that language. Next, what not to do during a meeting. Do not call people out publicly. All right, compliment, the old rule. Compliment in public, criticize in private. You can compliment all you want, but do not criticize publicly. Having said that, be careful with your jokes, okay? Because I know sometimes you can joke, and joke is not acceptable. Jokes are not acceptable in a sales meeting unless it's a joke about you, unless it's humiliating about you. Okay, you never know, even though it's a joke and you believe it's a joke, you never know when you're going to humiliate someone else. So try to remove, now that doesn't mean you can't smile and laugh and have fun, but don't pick on people. All right, you can pick on yourself. That's fun. That's acceptable, but don't pick on others. All right, what not to do. Do not forget names. All right, if you forget their name, you don't say, oh gosh, I'm sorry, what's your name again, right? You don't publicly say, oh God, I'm drawing a blank. What's your name? You just don't address it, okay? Things to not do in a sales meeting. Do not take things personal. All right, one of my greatest pet peeves when I'm running a sales meeting is people on their cell phones. Drives me crazy. All right, it's basically them saying what you have to say is not as important as what's going on my phone. Here's the deal. Although that drives me crazy, I can't let that bother me, because if I let that bother me, it ruins the experience for everybody else. Now, hopefully people are respectful, and maybe you have a rule in your office, or maybe you address it publicly once a year. Hey, here's the etiquette of our sales meetings, but do not take things personal. People walking in and out, going to the bathroom, whispering, that's human nature, all right? This is not a middle school class that you're teaching. These are business professionals, or they should be anyways. Don't take things personal. Don't let that show, all right? It'll affect your performance. By the way, performance. It is a performance. You're putting on a performance because you're supposed to be motivating and educating and entertaining. All right. The old Floyd Wickman line. Speakers Trainers Academy. Remember, TEM. Train, educate, motivate. Every time you have a microphone, train, educate, motivate. What not to do. All right. Do not recognize the same people every single time. You have to find other ways to recognize others. It's great if you have a top producer that wins the award every single month. Find another award to give out. What not to do. Do not go without visuals. Visuals are key to a successful meeting. Okay, let's talk about 3 keys to success for a powerful sales meeting. I know I gave you a lot there. You wrote a lot down. 3 keys to success for a powerful sales meeting. Ready? Every statement you make when you're writing out your agenda, 3 keys to a successful sales meeting. Ready? Key number 1. Every statement or every agenda item you must think about how it's going to benefit them. All right. So when you stand up there and you give good news about something, and let me share how that benefits you, and let me tell you why that's important to you, and let's talk about how that's a benefit to you. Every single agenda item must have a benefit to them, something that's going to help them. That is a key to a successful sales meeting. Number 1. Number 2, during the sales meeting, you must make them laugh, smile, get mad, cry, stand up, or squirm every 7 to 10 minutes, or you will lose their attention. They either need to, your audience, your agents need to laugh, smile, get mad, cry, stand up, squirm, or do something every 7 to 10 minutes, which is why I say never have a topic that goes more than 7 to 10 minutes. And if you've ever attended one of our sales meetings, every 7 to 10 minutes, we switch back and forth. I'll have the microphone, then our operations manager will have the microphone, and then our marketing person will have the microphone, and then one of our agents will have the microphone. Every 7 to 10 minutes, we're switching speakers and or topics. That's key number 2. Key number 3, handouts. All right. Every sales meeting should have good old-fashioned flyers of stuff that you talk about. So when I think about our agenda, which had, I don't know, it looks like maybe 18 bullet points on it, our agents are leaving with 6 to 8 to 10 pieces of paper that have additional information on things that we've talked about. Why is that? Because in a sales meeting without handouts, it goes in one ear, maybe out the other. Or it goes in one ear, they write a few notes down, and then they say, what do we talk about? No, I need handouts on everything that's important. Now, I'm not saying every agenda item needs to have a handout, but I just gave you, for instance, we have 18, maybe 16 or 18 agenda items, and we gave out 6 or 8 handouts, okay? So the important topics need handouts. And I'll give you a bonus one. Here's a 4th key. Ready? Think of this as an opportunity to train your people, all right? A sales meeting, your mentality, this is my mentality. When I go into a sales meeting, it is a 90-minute training session. Your sales meeting is a training opportunity. So everything we do, guess what? When we're thinking about, all right, what can we share? What can we do? What can we add that's going to benefit them? It's all training related or training focused in one way or another. All right. So the bonus key, we'll call this the 4th key, is to have the mindset that your sales meeting is actually a training class. Your sales meeting is actually you're on stage presenting to an audience to help train, educate, and motivate. All right. Last and certainly not least, a powerful sales meeting gives you an opportunity, ready for this, to display your value proposition, A, and B, reminds them of it once monthly. A sales meeting gives you an opportunity to display your value proposition, and it reminds them of it once monthly. So it's in your best interest to do everything you can to get them there. It's a requirement if you're with our firm. Every firm's treat things differently. It's an opportunity to display your value proposition and reminds them of it once monthly, why they're with you, which, by the way, it's great to bring recruits to a sales meeting. Now, don't let them come to more than one, because here they are in the back taking notes and taking it back to their office. Let the recruit come to a sales meeting and see how your sales meeting compares. I promise you, if you follow my agenda and you follow these rules, they're going to join your company. We have it happen constantly. Okay, a couple last things before I let you go and you're on with your day. Go, we're doing great on time today. Okay, next week during Relief, we're going to put it all together. So we're going to go through and I'm going to do a quick review on all 17 topics that we've covered to this point. And I'm going to give you some ideas for action, meaning I'm going to show you how you can take the 17 topics that we covered and how you can get into action on them. Again, I know many of you broker owners, team leaders, you already are running successful offices. My hope is that after this program concludes, you say, you know what, that Relief program was worth the price of admission. I hope it was, because it was free. All right. No, my real hope is that you walk away 7, 10, 15, 20, however many bullet points of things that you're going to work on between now and the rest of the year. Our very last re-lead session is next week, session number 18, and we are done. Why is that? Well, that is because we are shifting gears and going into our SLS program, the Glover U Sales System. All right, if you want to check out the details on that, you can go to gloveru.com/SLS. gloveru.com/SLS. That is a 12-week, okay, this one was an 18-week. This is a 12-week, 24-session program. Re-lead was 1 session per week for 18 weeks, where the sales program is 24 sessions over just 3 months. So we do 2 a week, live, 45 minutes. I'm the coach, all right? So you get me. This is the best way I can put it, especially for you team leaders and you broker owners out there. This is the same sales training that I put our people through. So if you're thinking, gosh, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, I don't want to create my own sales training program, you're going to get, if you're in the program, you get copies of all the recordings. Guess what? You can use them as your training program. All right. You can have, when an agent starts with you, because this is our sales training program, you can have them go through all 24 sessions. Now, if you want to do, break the 24 up into a 1-week boot camp like we do, you can do that. But here's the good news. You don't have to spend a week training someone. I do the training for you. I don't mention the company I'm with. I don't even mention the name of our real estate team. I just mention that this is the sales system foundation. So utilize it. If you're a team leader, a broker owner, or a lead agent, utilize it for your team. Again, gloveru.com/SLS. It's kind of like I told someone earlier today. It's kind of like moving to Michigan and joining our team and going through our training program for 3 months. That's what it would be like. And then moving back to wherever you are and having a ton of success with it. Last but certainly not least, next week, Monday. All right, next week, Monday, I'm doing a session. This would be good for you or for your agents. I put together a list of 12 marketing and business strategies that any agent can do in the second half of 2020. So we took a look at all the things that we learned from COVID, all the things that we need to do to get back into action. I know many of you are already back in action, and all the things that are working right now. It's going to be pretty marketing heavy, which is not something I've done in a while. So I'm going to be covering marketing, business, and sales strategies. That's taking place next Monday. That's free. That's taking place Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. How do you join us? You go to gloveru.com/webinar. gloveru.com/webinar. All the information will be on there for that. It's free for you to join us. It'll probably be 30, 45 minutes, and I'm going to walk you through the 12 strategies to have a great second half of 2020. So there's 3 resources I covered today. And to recap, all right, number 1, 2, and 2 of the 3 are free. Number 1, these literally just came in. I'm going to the printer today, 50 pages of rock solid content for the summer. This is the summer edition of the Glover Gazette. It's free. You want one? You go to gloveru.com/Gazette. Put in your information. It's yours. It's free. We don't even charge you postage. All right. 25,000 of those are going out in the next few days. That's resource number 1. Resource number 2, I talked about the Glover U SLS program, the sales program. That's gloveru.com/SLS. Resource number 3, that's the webinar I'm doing next Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. By the way, these are the same 12 strategies I shared with our agents as well. All right, so I'm going to give you that for free, gloveru.com/webinar. A lot going on between now and the 4th of July holiday, and I look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Thank you for joining me. Go put on an awesome sales meeting, and let's train, educate, motivate. See you guys. Have a good day.